Well, hi, my name is Andy Tidy and welcome back to another episode of Life at 2.3 miles an hour. This is the early May bank holiday, and rather than spending our weekend in Droitwich, which is our usual practice, we've decided to blow the cobwebs out of the boats and to bring them out to the very lovely Pelsall Common. Thanks to the power of Facebook, a lot of locals knew that we were here and they came down in their dozens, and I would like to thank you all very much indeed. It was lovely to see so many of you. And what I hadn't realised was just how many of you watched my YouTube channel. So it was a double bonus, because not only did you buy some of our preserves, you also were kind enough to share some of your recollections of the history of the place and your enthusiasm for the Canal Hunter series. Now, if I had to answer any one question that's been thrown at me probably a dozen times over this weekend, it is, well, what are you going to do next? And I have been giving that some thought. You see, generally speaking, canal hunting is something I only do in the winter months. You need the leaves to be off the trees and you don't want the undergrowth to be grown up. So what are we going to do this summer? Well, the plan is, in the absence of many canal festivals, we're going to take the boat out onto the Staffs and Worcester and the Trent and Mersey, and within a 20-minute drive of Aldridge we're going to trade in places like Penkridge, Great Hayward, Rugeley, Fradley, Alderwas and Fazeley. But eventually we're going to find our way all the way across to Coventry and take part in their Festival of the City of Culture year. That's at the end of June. And then it's across to Worcester, where we'll join with the IWA at their festival at the end of August, and then hopefully back into Birmingham to do a couple of festivals here on the Birmingham levels at the end of the season. But all that travel probably means that there will be less time to make Canal Hunter videos in the historical vein. I suspect that what I will do though is to make some travelogues as we go along, so it can give you a feel for the waterways as they are today. In fact, my plan for today, because it's such a gorgeous sunny day, is to resurrect the ButtyCam. I'll stick the GoPro on the back tiller of the Butty and let you follow along in the wake of our motorboat. Well, for those of you who like archive inland waterways videos, I've been working with Narrowboat on a project I think you might like. We have launched a YouTube channel called Narrowboat Videos, and it's all about introducing some of the best of the old vintage movies which you can find all around the internet. I'll give you a short introduction, little extracts from the videos, and then you can go to the Narrowboat website and pick up the main links to the videos, so you can find the best of them and then you can find them again when you want to return to them. But none of that really answers the question, what am I going to do on Canal Hunter? Well, I know that I need to finish off looking for the lost canals. So my plan is next winter to go and have a look at the Dudley No. 1 and No. 2 canals, and in particular the bits that lead off them. And that's all the way from Sellyoak to Stourbridge. Beyond that, I do have an aspiration to take a closer look at the old tugboat canals in the Telford area. And then, inspired by the popularity of the Coalboats from Cannock series, I thought it'd be a good idea to try and do some more canals based on the canals which still exist. Take a look at the routes which are there now, and also include the history and all of the old photographs as usual. In particular, I'd really like to do a series on the old and new mainline canals that run between Birmingham and Wolverhampton. There is a massive history along the banks of those two waterways, and it makes a really good, almost circular route. And then beyond that, as I was compiling a recent article on the last horse boat on the BCN, pulled by a horse called Mac, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to do another series which takes up where series 4 left off, down at Digbeth. And from there we could pick up Mac with his load of rubbish from the wire factory, make our way up through the Ashford flight of locks, the Farmer's Bridge locks, and then eventually out to the tip at Moxley on the Walsall Canal. And that would offer a lot of scope to look at horse boating and to have a look at the history that surrounds those canals. Truth be told, I've got more ideas for Canal Hunter than I have time to make them. Anyhow, for now, we're on Pelsall Common, the jewel of the northern BCN, and we're going to be making our way back to base at Aldridge before we set off for the summer in a couple of weeks' time. Well, I hope this short episode of Life at 2.3 miles an hour has given you insight into what the northern canals of the BCN look like today, and maybe some of you to come and visit by boat or by bike. So anyhow, until next time, cheerio and happy hunting.